What does Hillbilly Elegy, written by J.D. Vance, tell us about J.D. Vance's uh, political leanings and some of his political thinking? Vance clearly declares himself a conservative throughout the book, but all like socially, economically, politically, he is conservative. He does have push back a little bit on some of the ways that Republicans have behaved and acted over the years, but he clearly thinks things like two-parent households are good, going to church is good, hard work is necessary, education is necessary, these things that are valuable. He published the book back in 2016 before he had entered politics, but in the book, it's pretty clear that he sees things from a conservative perspective. One aspect of the book is Vance and his grandmother grew increasingly irritated throughout the book at how much their hard-earned money goes to support other people who are not working hard. Very valid points. They are poor and working hard. They see other people who are just lazy and their money is going to support them. The idea that government steals money from hardworking people and gives it to lazy poor people is repugnant to him. All around Vance, he sees people who are cheating the system or are lazy, and he points these things out. It's a true problem. He saw it from the ground up. As it relates to cat ladies, his point is not attacking single women or any of this, but it is pointing out that the country should not be run by people who do not have similar life experiences with the vast majority of America. For instance, like how in the world would a 25-year-old woman with no children or a 35-year-old woman with no children have any idea what the education system is like if they haven't brought kids through the educational system? If they haven't been parents themselves trying to teach children to read or multiplication or where to apply to college or any of these things or how you get there, it's hard for somebody to have perspective about these things. So he's not attacking single women so much. He is attacking single women who seem to be trying to control and rule the country rather than people who are more equipped to make these decisions. We also see in his political thinking that he doesn't have all the solutions, and he doesn't say that he has all the solutions. But what he points to is that you and I have lots of solutions, that our future isn't defined by the president or major corporations or what he thinks, but it is by what we do with our own lives. It sort of reminds me of a Barbara Bush quote in which she says that, people's lives are not what's significant about people's lives is not what happens at the White House. It's what happens at your house, she used to say. And so he acknowledges something that conservatives, are very uncomfortable with. That is that he says that conservatives are right to say that entitlements and social programs, they create disincentives for people to work, that these programs are easily cheated, that they are massively mismanaged, that they are overly burdensome on taxpayers, that they're ineffective, and that a lot of people are unable to benefit from all these massive government programs over the years. But he says what conservatives don't do, what Republicans have not done, is acknowledge that there are a lot of people like Vance and his grandmother who have benefited and have been able to climb the social ladder and been able to go on the path of success because of a lot of these government programs. And that's something that Republicans have to acknowledge, that a lot of people have. While there are all these failures in government programs, they have to acknowledge that some of these entitlements are really, really necessary to keep people out of impoverished circumstances and try to help them raise themselves to a new level. Now, the last thing that Vance illustrates in his book is that it would not be good and healthy for our country to have a whole group of underclass citizens that are just stuck in hillbilly land or in southern poverty or however you want to describe it. We should not and could not survive and feel good about being America. America is about rising to new levels and giving people opportunities. And so the question that really he leaves unanswered, that he is trying to answer today in his political life, is how do we give everybody an opportunity, from no matter what their circumstances are, to live the American dream, to go from one place to a better, healthier place in their life and to have many opportunities. A lot of that is all of us looking inward and trying to make good decisions for ourselves and our families moving forward. But this is one of the things that he struggles with as a conservative. How do we give people a helping hand? How do we teach them how to fish? And so he acknowledges that nobody has that quite figured out just right, but he is certainly trying to figure out. These are some of the political thoughts shared by Vance in his book, Hillbilly Elegy. I strongly encourage you to read the book to learn more.